again, we're loose in the park, taking more of our tour through the single blocks lanes as we are on the last day of competition. Here we've got sites 35 and 36. As you can see, we got I believe they're both nice abstract pieces, but both very different. As you can see, the jagged edges around on this one. On site 35, they're putting details on it now. I think their big building is pretty much done. And it's called River Beauty. And they usually put a nice little sign down in front of their sculptures if they've got ice left. And over here, we've got a more rounded one. So very, very contrasting sculptures next to each other, as you can see. And do not know the name of this site, but I'll tell you what, we'll put it in a little title right now. So that's the name of the site we're looking at right here. Let's continue on over here where this guy's been using an angle grinder a lot over here. He's been grinding on his ice quite a bit, creating clouds of snow and ice for the last 3 days. You take a look here. Using tools like this, you're going to start coating yourself. You got your legs, your coat, your boots, everything just coated in the nice little snow that gets formed when you're using a grinder like this. But the quality of the sculpture is always dependent on the quality of the tools and the sculptors. And here at Ice Alaska, we've got great tools and great sculptors. Over beyond here, we can see, looks like a mermaid with some sharks here. And we've got some mice pulling a thorn out of a lion's paw. This is done by Steve and Heather Bryce, who, hey Steve, do both of you guys work on the Ice Hotel? Yes, they're up at Chena Hot Springs, which is about an hour's drive from where we're standing right now. Is nice hot springs in the middle of Fairbanks. I think most people would rather be there right now than here. And there's an ice hotel up there, and Steve and Heather both worked on building it and work on keep maintaining it, and it does last all year round. It's fully enclosed, and you can stay there for about $600 a night. Let's move on. Now, I've been walking around, and I see this piece. I don't think I've ever actually seen anybody working on it, so I think it's just sculpting itself. But it's pretty nice. And look at that, I made the cameraman laugh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's right, Heather. All right, camera female laugh. Heather, I made her laugh. The intern's not laughing though. The intern's shivering. And here we've got a nice nautilus shell. Looks like we're carving some designs into it. Looks like we got a little, you can move up here, we got some dinosaurs and trees, very cave painting style going on. And if you look at the tool he's using a buffer wheel for sanding down wood, sanding down logs, but he's using it to smooth out the ice here. A nice solid three-dimensional piece, probably be sitting here for a long time after some of the more fragile pieces crash down. My bad. And over here, like I said, you can see more detail. We're going to be using more smaller tools at this hour of the competition, adding detail to the sculptures. Smaller as in smaller chainsaws if you're using a big one, or like the little hand grinder she's using in there to add lines and depth to the actual sculpture. And then at this last little clearing in part of the single block, we have, looks like a nice tree going up here. I don't think I've actually seen a tree being built out of ice before at one of these competitions. Then right next to it is a more abstract piece done by Aaron Kostick, and he's got a series of different sized spheres from, I believe, 3 inches to 19 inches, but we'll ask him, running up, and definitely one of the more fragile pieces. But, you know, these people like to push the limits. They like to make sure they are creating the best art that they can with the best ice that they can get. To find out more about the World Ice Art Championships and to help support Ice Alaska, order your copy of The World on Ice today at www.icealaska.com.